They told you that money is only about saving, that security comes from cutting back and avoiding risks entirely. They repeated it so often that it became a rule in your mind, absolute and unquestionable. They told you that stability equals success, that safety is intelligence, that slow and steady wins every race. But they never explained who controls the race, who determines the winners and the losers, and how opportunity actually works in the modern world. They made it seem simple, like budgeting, tracking every penny, and sacrificing small comforts would guarantee wealth. Yet, they never told you that true financial freedom requires far more than restraint. They never told you that money alone cannot protect you from stagnation, from missed opportunity, from a life dictated by circumstance. They never told you that wealth is not just about holding money, it is about creating systems, leveraging time, and building assets that work whether you are present or not. They never told you about the 3 accounts every man needs to build strength, power, and independence. They never emphasized that without understanding this structure, life can feel endless, repetitive, and uncertain, no matter how much effort you put in. The first account every man must have is for survival and protection. This is your defensive account, the one that shields you from emergencies, disasters, and the unexpected blows of life that could destroy everything you have built. It is not glamorous, it is not flashy, it is not the part that impresses others, but without it, everything else falls apart. This account is for rent, bills, insurance, medical costs, and all the essential expenses that keep life moving smoothly. It is the foundation of peace of mind and the first layer of freedom. A man without a defensive account lives constantly under pressure, always reacting, always stressed, always vulnerable to circumstances beyond his control. Many men underestimate this account, thinking it secondary, trivial, or unnecessary once a little wealth comes in. But it is the first pillar of freedom, the buffer that gives you space to think clearly, to act decisively, and to grow without panic. Fill it, protect it, respect it, replenish it regularly. It is the first step toward real control over your life, your time, and your future. Without it, no growth, skill, or opportunity can truly be leveraged. The second account every man must build is for growth and investment. This is where money begins to work for you instead of you working tirelessly for money. While the defensive account keeps you safe, the growth account multiplies your influence, your opportunity, and your long-term security. Small inputs here turn into exponential outputs over time, quietly transforming effort into power. Stocks, businesses, real estate, passive income streams, and other assets that generate cash belong here. Too many men remain obsessed with saving, unaware that saving alone cannot multiply wealth, it merely preserves it, while inflation silently erodes its value. Time always works against the man who hoards cash instead of investing intelligently. The growth account teaches patience, discipline, and strategy. Every dollar placed here must have intention, must serve a long-term plan, and must contribute to compounding wealth over years and decades. While others hoard money, you multiply influence, freedom, and power quietly, consistently, and relentlessly. Every choice matters, every investment compounds, and every calculated risk builds a foundation that cannot be taken away. Growth is the engine of opportunity, and without it, your wealth is fragile and reactive. The third account every man needs is for mastery, personal development, and skill. This account funds education, experiences, and learning that increase your earning potential, decision-making power, and influence. It may not produce instant results, but it compounds endlessly in capability and wisdom. Every great man invests in himself because skills and knowledge create opportunities money alone cannot buy. Reading, training, mentorship, networking, and high-value experiences are funded through this account. A man who neglects mastery will always be limited, dependent, and reactive, forced to follow others instead of leading. This account strengthens your mind, sharpens your judgment, and builds resilience, allowing you to act decisively in moments where others hesitate. It is the ultimate hedge against stagnation, irrelevance, and mediocrity. Neglecting mastery is a silent trap, because without skill, even wealth can be lost quickly. and opportunity may pass unnoticed. Mastery ensures that your resources, time, and effort are used effectively, multiplying every action beyond mere chance. The first mistake is overfunding protection out of fear. They keep stacking cash far beyond what they actually need, telling themselves they're being responsible. But money sitting idle does not grow. Inflation quietly eats away at it year after year. Safety becomes an excuse for inaction. Protection is essential, but when fear replaces strategy, stagnation follows. The second mistake is gambling the growth account. Instead of building assets patiently and intentionally, they chase fast money. They jump into trends, speculate emotionally, and confuse volatility with opportunity. Growth requires discipline, long-term thinking, and calculated risk. Gambling is driven by impulse. Most men blur the line and call it investing. The third mistake is neglecting mastery. They focus on saving and investing, but never upgrade themselves. Their income stays flat, their skills remain average. Years pass, but their capability does not expand. Without mastery, even wealth becomes fragile. Skills are the ultimate leverage, because when your value increases, every dollar you earn has more force behind it. If your income hasn't grown in years, your mastery account is likely empty. All three accounts work together to create balance in a man's life. Protection, growth, and mastery form a triangle of power, each one supporting and amplifying the others. Neglect any of them, and the structure weakens, leaving vulnerability, uncertainty, and missed potential. Focus on one while ignoring the others, and your freedom is conditional, incomplete, and fragile. Master all three, and your money becomes a tool, a weapon, a vehicle for influence, and a source of independence. A man who controls these accounts controls his destiny. He reacts less, acts more, and shapes circumstances instead of being shaped by them. Every decision becomes strategic, every resource transforms into potential, and every risk becomes calculated. The difference between men who struggle and men who thrive is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is structure, discipline, and a relentless commitment to build deliberately and consistently over time. Every day spent without understanding these accounts is a day of wasted opportunity, a day where power, freedom, and independence slip through unnoticed. The defensive account allows you to survive crises, think clearly under pressure, and avoid panic when life turns chaotic. The growth account allows you to expand, multiply effort, and generate wealth beyond what any single job or effort can produce. Focus on them, and freedom compounds quietly, steadily, inevitably, creating leverage that grows exponentially over time. Balance is not optional, it is essential. Without these accounts, even high income, hard work, or intelligence will be consumed by mistakes, emergencies, and missed opportunities. Protection, growth, and mastery are not optional luxuries. They are essential pillars of a man's life. Build them today, nurture them daily, and watch every aspect of life transform. The three accounts are simple to understand, yet their power is unimaginable when executed with discipline and intent. Master them, and no circumstance, crisis, or competitor can dictate your path forward. Ignore them, and life becomes a cycle of reaction, survival, and frustration, no matter how talented or hardworking you are. Every man must ask himself, which of my accounts is neglected today? Which is weak? Which needs immediate attention? Take ownership, structure your resources, and your life compounds. Your freedom grows. Your potential becomes unstoppable. Every decision, every investment, every effort is amplified when these accounts are aligned.